Yeah, it's the SFS podcast week 2. I recorded one last week, but I was very, very stoned and I was talking so much shit that even people cancel, even if there was no cancellation like cancel culture these days, I would have been thrown off. Seriously, I shot myself with some of the things I was saying. But, yeah, so it was beyond what I was saying was beyond being cancelled or anything like that. It was beyond disrespectful. It was beyond fucking weird and crazy. It was beyond all that shit. Anyway, we're going to get, because I've missed out a week's Raw, so we're going to get into 2 reviews of WWE Raw this week, hopefully, on this part of the show. Now, Raw is coming off Elimination Chamber on the 3rd of March. And the attendance, this is in Madison Square Garden, a week from the Elimination Chamber. Madison Square Garden attendance for this is 20,142. And the average ticket is basically around £2,000. But some people are spending over $7,500. Probably those who sit in ringside that you see, on TV. The guy, the green, sweatshirt and all that. They'll pay seven something grand for it, and people in the bleachers on nosebleed sections play about their average ticket is £750. That is right. So if you average that to 20,000 people, so you average that, I'm doing a bit of Steiner math here, then they would have made at least 4.2 million maybe off ticket sales alone. Because I'm telling you, in this Netflix hour, a lot of rich people are coming to these events, and I've got to tell you that the presentation of these Netflix event, the whole presentation, is movie quality. Very very sharp, very elegant. It's better than the show. I could just watch the fucking. If I was in the crowd, from bad as the shows have been recently, I can just watch the LED lights and the whole fucking nine, everywhere around. There must be loads of rich people because they are bowing to celebrities. The fucking more celebrities are coming. They're showing more celebrities, and the only celebrity that I really give a shit about was that guy with the mustache. Forget his name, but he's very popular. He's a very open-minded guy. I don't know what his the mustache. He's from New York. He's in that podcast. Logan Paul gives him shit and all that, and it goes over. And they talked about it on his podcast, saying it's actually very hard what they do, and good job I did. I just went on the top turnbuckle and I didn't take any bumps, but even getting thrown over the fucking railing fucking hurt. So there you go. And I think he's a very casual fan, so he understands, like, wrestling is predetermined, but the bumps, the money, the miles, the drugs, the alcohol, they're not fake at all. And back in the day, it looked like a fight. Obviously I knew it was not real, but they did look like they wanted to hurt each other. When you had Stone Cold beat the shit out of someone, you could actually feel it. You could feel him stomping a mud hole and walking, driving, beating the shit out of someone. And when he went to the ring, when Austin went to the ring, say Triple H, Rock, or Man called him out, Austin would just walk straight to the ring and fucking boom, boom. And that's what would happen back in the day. Because they had an issue with each other. They would fight in the back. They would fight everywhere around the building. They wouldn't be staring at each other for fucking ages while the crowd just chants, "This is awesome." Just fucking weird sometimes, they overdo it, With AEW, they overdo the moves, where the moves don't mean nothing. So you could do a fucking brain buster, a plancher, a Michinoku driver, a fucking fisherman atomic drop 450 splash suplex through 15 burning tables. It ain't gonna mean shit because they do it all the fucking time. So AEW overdo things and WWE overscript things. So AEW are no sell and they rush and they don't tell a story. WWE, yes, they tell a story, but I think a lot of the matches are very, 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 very scripted. You can tell the way they punch each other, the way the facial expressions, the way they interact. It's very scripted. And that's why you see a lot of the moves just do not look like, and it's like that won't happen in a fight. Let me just suspend my disbelief. God damn it! Anyway, Madison Square Garden. You're thinking, right? Madison Square Garden. We're coming off the hottest angle. The hottest heel turn since Hulk Hogan, and this main story for WrestleMania. And now it's the second week from Elimination Chamber. And still, no Rock, no John Cena, no, nothing. Absolutely fuck all, man. And it's Madison Square Garden. I thought, this would be a big show to really bring it all out. But no, it didn't bring out Cena, Rock, or anybody. So we haven't heard from Cena, I haven't heard from Rock, and people were saying, like last year, even when The Rock wasn't there, he would do it through Instagram. Do his fucking stick through Instagram. All you need is a fucking phone, and you can cut a promo there. So it's not going very well at the moment, the aftermath of this heel turn. We've heard nothing from Cena, Rock, or, the real reason why Cena's turned heel. I mean, I can think of a reason, crowd were fucking horrible to him for years and years, to be honest. And there's a very interesting fact is after WrestleMania 28, when The Rock and Cena had that year-long build-up to that big match they had at WrestleMania 28, Cena was supposed to turn heel after that match. So he was supposed to turn heel, and they were actually going to do it. They pulled the plug on it, but I don't know whether it was Vince or someone or just didn't go with it. I think because The Rock fucked off again and did his Hollywood thing or whatever. Because they had a match a year later as well. I think Cena won that match, but Cena was supposed to turn heel then, which would have been better, obviously, then, because now, yeah, a lot of people are saying it's hard to dislike John Cena because he's now reached legendary status. He's a legend. Every time he's come back in the past 3-4 years, there's been no boos, no nothing. No one's booed him. Oh, let's go Cena. Cena sucks. So they got a valid point. There's people that critique that because at the end of the day, people treat him like a legend now. They treat him like Austin when he comes back, or fucking Roddy Piper or Bret Hart. He's like in the legends bracket now with Cena. So, I'm not saying what they did, the timing of it is bad because it was great the way they did it. It couldn't have happened in a more perfect way. But what I'm saying is, if it was 10 years ago, imagine the impact that would have had, because they were booing like him to fuck 10 years ago, especially when the match coming up against The Rock. Everyone was like pretty much on The Rock's side, I remember, because I came back and watched it then. That if they turned him heel after that would have been fucking great. But, it's a once in a lifetime thing with Cena, and I think they're doing the same thing. They tried to do the same thing with Roman Reigns. They tried to turn him into a new John Cena of, okay, your crowd don't like him, but we're going to shove you down the throat anyway. And it just did not work with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was not a bootleg of John Cena. And that's when he turned into a tribal chief. And I think they're doing the same with Cody Rhodes, to be honest. I think they're buying the time with Cody, though. But soon I think Cody's going to turn heel. He's got to. Because soon he's going to get that. He's really going to get that John Cena, Roman Reigns treatment. He's already getting it from, a lot of the fan base. Especially a lot of the older fan base. But, yeah, it's going to happen to Cody. Definitely. if they don't turn him heel. Because I think they need to do that. I think for Cody to come back as a really good babyface, like real top guy, like bet someone who can say, yeah, in the 20s, the decade of the 2020s, Cody was the best wrestler there was. People ain't gonna say that if he's not gonna turn heel, in my opinion, because think about it. The best wrestlers are always the ones that are heel. The biggest babyface wrestlers are always the ones that are heel, then turned babyface organically. Like Austin, like Rock. You know, really are. You get somebody and you'll get someone to fucking hate them so much, but then they're just so likable that you can't fuck it. There's nothing you can boo them about anymore. And Cody might do that if he turns heel later on this year, hopefully. We'll see. Well, I can't see John Cena beating him for the title at Mania. I can't see that. But I'm not bothered either way it goes, as long as his story goes. As long as his story keeps him going. But to need to tell this fucking story, man, you need to be telling it every week throughout the show. Like, it needs to be on the opening segment of the show, and then it needs to keep showing it like it did back in the day. But I hate going to back in the day, but it is really people who create and need to watch these shows from back in the day. You know when Austin was like feuding with McMahon or Triple H feuding with The Rock. You'd have the opening segment of that main feud. Then throughout the show, yeah, you'd have matches, but then throughout the show, you'd have them walking backstage, looking for each other or fighting each other backstage. And at the end of the show, you'd pay it off with a big match. And that happened every week back in the day. And it's like now they just fucking like false advertisement. And WWE are doing a lot of that with WrestleMania. They're ripping a lot of motherfuckers off with this watch with John's. I'll get into that anyway when I go into the economical bits of the show. But yeah, I think WWE is just about making money, to be honest. I don't think it's that's why I had so much magic in the Attitude Era, because you had competition. Like, you don't have competition now. I mean, anyone who says AEW is competition, it's clearly fucking not. I mean, 2-3 years ago, it looked like it was, right? When Punk came in, first 3 years of AEW were fresh. But after Punk left, and after they dropped the fucking ball completely on MJF, man, AEW has become another version of TNA. And that's just a fact, in my point of view. And we call it giant love. Oh, pour the beer on Hogan's balls. Oh, Hogan is a racist man. Yeah, so you have to pay 10 grand just to fucking, I heard this, yeah, you have to pay 10 grand just to meet Hulk Hogan. You're supposed to watch WrestleMania with him, but he doesn't watch it with you at all. So you just meet Hogan and say, "All right, brother, what's going on, my motherfucking little brother?" And then he fucks off, tries to sell you a stupid fucking beer that fucking poisons you. And then, yeah, he fucks off. Yeah. I've got nothing, I don't know Hulk Hogan personally, but a lot of people do not like that motherfucker. I mean, a lot of wrestlers. Obviously, Jesse Ventura hates the shit out of him, which I would if I was Jesse Ventura, because if someone's like, "Yo, I got a job," yeah, and then I'm like, "I want a union, man. I want some rights, man." Because back in the 80s and shit, they were getting worked to fucking death, man. They were getting worked like a fucking mine. Like, some of my family members were worked to death in the mine yards and coal mines. In the Northwest, there's a lot of business in coal mines.